Viewers of Entrepreneurship Couch, welcome to today's show. In today's show, we are not going to have any invited guests, but we have decided that whilst we are not going to have any invited guests, it's always best for us to look at few housekeeping issues. So I urge all those of our viewers and subscribers to make sure that they watch this particular show right up to the end. We are going to discuss some critical issues that we have observed that always make sure that entrepreneurs end up being successful. So I've picked a number of few items that we would want to focus on to make sure that as we talk about them, we inspire and motivate so many other entrepreneurs. Chief amongst the things that we are going to talk about today is the issue to do with one having the capacity to develop what is called a commercial eye. One common thread that has run throughout all the entrepreneurs that we've interacted and talked to is the development of the commercial eye. They have told us that over the period that they have been involved in running their businesses, they have developed a very keen and an alert eye that enables them to always be looking for opportunities. How do they do this? As they go about visiting societies, visiting countries, visiting different places, in as much as other people who are not entrepreneurs are busy focusing on the problems that are manifesting in their societies, these entrepreneurs have been able to focus on not just problems, they've been able to focus on the solutions and the convenience that they can make available to the societies and be able to commercialize the solutions and invoice. So if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, if you are a running business person who has not yet developed this keen sense of commercial eye, it's high time that you've got to develop that to make sure that you become a successful entrepreneur. What are some of the things that they've talked to us about? They've told us that one has got to develop a very good sense of imagination. No one is expected to run a successful business if they cannot imagine things. For successful entrepreneurs, what they do is, if they come across a problem, they imagine the solution that they can proffer, that they can make available to make sure that by the end of the day, solutions are provided to these problems. So that can only happen when they can imagine solutions and they can commercialize and invoice. But not only that, creativity has also come out topping the list of the characteristics and the things that successful entrepreneurs have always observed. They have said there is never going to be a successful entrepreneur who cannot create things from the ground. Some of these people have been able to build enterprises and businesses from the ground up. So one has got to have a very good sense of creativity for them to be able to create enterprises, for them to be able to create successful businesses. But not only that, they've also told us that innovation comes amongst the things that has enabled them to be successful. They've said every successful entrepreneur has got to be able to think outside the box, because they've said these solutions that they've been able to commercialize and invoice from, they require most of these entrepreneurs to think outside the box. One of the other things that they've told us about is vision. They have said there is never going to be a successful entrepreneur who is not a visionary. There is never going to be a successful entrepreneur who cannot envision the solutions, who cannot envision the companies that they want to build. So they've said vision is very key. They've indicated to us that without vision, there can never be provisions. So all the successful entrepreneurs that we have talked to, they have said it is critical for successful entrepreneurs to have a vision. I was reading one day one of the books that was written by a prominent politician, Nelson Mandela. He spoke about one having a vision. He said if one is a visionary leader, he needs to be able to, at one point, leave the people that he is leading and envision and go right ahead, be able to see that which he has in his vision, and come back and take his people to let them see that which he has seen in his vision. Likewise, if you are an entrepreneur, you need to be able to be a visionary, to be a person who can see something that you can come back and take the clients and let them see the vision that you have seen. So it is very necessary for every successful entrepreneur to be a visionary. What is the other thing that they've taught us about entrepreneurship? Disruption. I know for so many entrepreneurs, they do not want to hear about disruption. But what is it that we talk about when we're talking about disruption? When you are running any other business that you run, it is critical to understand that there is always going to be competition. Competition can be current competition. Competition can come in when you've got new entrants into the very same industry that you are running. But you've got to always observe for new ideas, new trends, new products, new services that come in. Change is the only constant in life. Likewise, in entrepreneurship, you've got to watch out for things that your competition or new entrants into the market may come up with that may disrupt you to end up with your company facing redundancy or liquidation. So it is always necessary for people to watch out for disruption. But let me quickly look at some of the key characteristics that have been exhibited by these entrepreneurs as they run their businesses. Chief amongst these things is high emotional maturity. We have discovered that there's never going to be a successful entrepreneur who do not possess and exhibit high emotional maturity. What are some of the other things? Confidence. There's never been a successful entrepreneur who is not confident. If you are going to start and run a business, there are going to be a lot of people who may try and pull you down. There are going to be a lot of people who may express contrary opinions to what you are trying to do. But what do you need to do? You need to make sure that you've ignored some of these opinions because they do not take you anywhere. If at all, I've heard other people saying, opinions would not pay your bills. So it is critical for every entrepreneur to be confident. Every entrepreneur has got to realize and understand that he is an influencer. Every entrepreneur has got to be a high risk taker. You cannot be an entrepreneur when you are risk averse. Entrepreneurs have got to be resolute. They've got to be optimistic. They've got to be futuristic. You cannot be expected to run a successful business when you are not thinking about the future. The future is where ideas come from. Shaping the future and being optimistic requires one to be a person who is always not afraid to take risks. Viewers, we've come to the end of this particular show. We are grateful for those that have continued to view and watch our shows. We encourage more subscribers. Please continue to subscribe and watch out for our next show.